downtown Manhattan with the latest. Contessa, good morning.
Hey, good morning to you, Sarah. Look, 30 states and Washington, D.C. now allow mobile sports betting. And here in New York City, essentially, you've got a sports book on any sidewalk. 95% of sports wagers so far this year were made online, fueling incredible growth. And no season is more significant than pro football. The American Gaming Association projects that Americans will legally wager $35 billion throughout the NFL season. That would be more than 30% growth year on year. Since last year, you have Maine, North Carolina, Vermont launching sports betting. Hard Rock has relaunched sports betting in Florida. And GeoComply showed us, on average, each of the last 3 years have seen a 71% jump in active sports betting accounts from the summer months. This is a big reason operators strategize to launch their new offering or improved tech by NFL kickoff. If you look at newcomer Fanatics, the sportsbook was only in 4 states last year. It acquired PointsBet's operations since then. And now, going into football, it has more than 20 states. The pressure is on for its more established, publicly traded competitors, though, with shares in the red to date for DraftKings, for Caesars, for MGM, and for Penn Entertainment. In fact, Penn launched ESPN Bet after the football season already started last year, but since then it tells us it's grown its customer database to 31 million members. That's 80% growth. FanDuel is highlighting the tie-up with YouTube and a promotion for 3 weeks of the NFL Sunday Ticket. Its president told me no season is more important for customer acquisition, and parent company Flutter is seeing its stock firmly in the green this year. Jefferies analyst James Wheatcroft says that FanDuel and Flutter really are positioned to continue to outpace the rest of the pack this season. To see more, you can check out our new CNBC Sport webpage, where you'll find more on sports betting. And also, we'll unveil CNBC's first ever official NFL team valuations list. That happens tomorrow, bright and early. You do not want to miss that, guys.
Yeah, man. So when it comes to the money, especially any sport, especially NFL, it's one of the biggest wedging out of all the sports. NFL is one of the biggest one when it comes to wedging your bets into winning money and everything. And I just want to make this clear. When it comes to people, make sure when you come betting, make sure you do it responsibly. If you have a problem, don't do it whatsoever. Because, like I said, if you don't know, like I said, if you don't know what you're doing, but you feel like you win the money, don't do it. Like I said, when it comes to sports betting, make sure you are responsible and everything. But other than that, when it comes to, like I said, when it comes to all sports, the NFL is number one. When it comes to betting, when it comes to fantasy football, playing FanDuel or going to the casino, place your wedges and everything, it is the number one money maker. It's definitely the number one money maker. So, Hakeem, man, what's your take on how the NFL is generally just making money when it comes to sports betting?
I thank you, and this is a great topic because we're going to highlight some things. As a lot of y'all know, I'm fundamentally against gambling. It has done no good for nobody. I know people who lost houses behind it. This is good for NFL. They're going to make trillions of dollars on the licensing fees just by the name NFL and the teams. But it's not going to be good for the people. When they was talking about customer acquisition, the percentile of a lot of these people who make money, it's no different than when you go to the casino. 90% of who wins at the casino is the house. Rarely 10%. And if you one of the 10%, they tend to kick you out and ban you from coming back to the casino if you're able to make that money. Average Americans are not going to do this. The problem I have is like a lotto ticket, a scratch off. This is why I don't invest in those things. So when I see this and I say that they just approved sports betting, it's over now. Your dad who smokes cigarettes and was betting with his homeboys, this about to get loose. Listen, you might as well say ain't gonna be no more Christmases. NFL will have a Christmas. I'm trying to tell you, this is one of the components I wrote in a research paper on things that lead to extreme poverty. Sometimes it's just these actionable things: scratch off tickets, betting. hoping to win. When all you got to do is that same $10 is put it in the S&P 500 and let it build over time. I'm going to be a millionaire more than any of them niggas who's going to bet on there. It's a fact. So I'm fundamentally against this. I don't even like the idea they're even approving this. It kept a lot of these goofies from spending their money. Oh, this will be, we're going to see marriages go down. Dudes get kicked out the house. Kids is going to be crying that my MacBook money and my Christmas money went to the Detroit Lions or the Miami Dolphins this year.
I learned from a wise man, Hakeem, never spend money you don't have. That's what I learned from a wise man. Most of the time, people spend money they don't have. That's why they put themselves in a hole. Now, Hakeem, what you say is 100% is the truth. I'm not going to debate that. I'm not even going to give you pushback because I consider myself to be a gambler. Like I do it for fun. Sports betting is one of my things I actually do for fun. However, I'm not one of these guys that do crazy things with it. I usually have fun with it, and it's the thrill of the game. It's just something you do just to have fun. Just that to have among your guys. But sports betting is very, very and extremely is dangerous, and they are gonna make trillions of dollars off of this season of sports gambling because now Florida is allowing people to use Hard Rock Sportsbook to go ahead and gamble, and people in Florida have been waiting for that sportsbook to approve gambling for a very long time. So, which means, Hakeem, there's gonna be a lot of people on the street. We know this already. And I was saying, I'm not against it, what you're saying. Everything you say is 100% true. But I don't want to, like Jordan stated, if you have a problem, don't do it. OC Kelp is very important. But the problem is with sports betting in this generation now you have college students doing it while they're in school. They spend college tuition sports betting, and they using their college tuition sports betting. Dave Ramsey recently did a coverage of that last year when it came to the aspect of the Super Bowl. I think it was over 16 billion people betting on the Super Bowl. And you know how many people won? Hakeem? You don't even want to know the percentage of people.
Come on, tell me, please.
I think it was like 0 point something. I'm giving it 100. I'm not lying to you. It's a thrill. It's a thrill. It gives you that dopamine rush. And I always tell my homeboy, be careful of that dopamine rush, because soon you get that rush, that like when you get that first win, you start shaking. Stay away from that. Until you get that shaking, that's a wrap. I know people that don't sleep, until they look at to see if they hit or not. They stay up the whole night. And it's a sad thing to do. So, guys, you're finna do sports betting. I'm not against it. You know, Hakeem's against it. I'm not really against it because, we are an American. We grown adults. You can do what you want, but do it responsibly. If you don't have the money, just don't do it. To me, don't do it. Make some extra money, then do it. It's the same thing like investing. Same thing. If you don't have the money, don't invest. Find a way to have money so you can invest. Go ahead, Jordan.
When it comes to sports betting, I know here in California, they're very strict with sports books and sports betting. But but the thing is, it's like Vegas is right there. Nevada is right there. So even though there's no sports books here in California, you got Nevada, which is very heavy when it comes to sports betting, the casinos, all that type of stuff, and bets and everything like that. I'm with you about Ronnie with that. When it comes to like gambling, like fantasy football, I just do it for fun, and I also have the money to do that and everything. I feel like when it comes to this, I've been watching football all my life. My family watched it and everything. So if I could put a little money in and bet a little bit, if I had the knowledge of what the teams when it comes to the offense, defense, special teams, anything like that. I'm a sports fanatic, so if I could make a little money or something, if I had the knowledge of it, and if I had the money to put the money to do it, like I said, I'm gonna do it. But I'm gonna do it responsibly and everything. If I lose the money, I lose the money. It's not gonna hurt me. It's not gonna hurt my pockets. I put it in there because I can afford to lose it, which is all cool. But yeah, man, NFL they are changing the game. And the thing is, they now trying to make it global because you see, on Friday night's game, was it Philly versus the Green Bay? They playing in Brazil now, so they trying to put a lot more international games, You know, because I know they play in England, they play in Germany. They used to play in Mexico City, but I think they stopped that for some reason and everything. But yeah, man, when it comes to NFL, it's the number one sport when it comes to gambling, especially sports gambling and everything. Especially how these fans are, for fanatic fans, when it comes to like maybe the 49ers, the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Kansas City Chiefs and everything. You know, the Kansas City Chiefs, they always betting, they always going to bet us, like, hey, we're going to win the Super Bowl because they won the Super Bowl the last 2 years. So you definitely believe, if you got some Kansas City fans who's going to bet they're going to win the Super Bowl again, they're definitely going to do it. So, but other than that, man, NFL, they're the king right now when it comes to gambling, and you can't be mad at that. But when it comes to other people, make sure you be responsible now, especially if you have a favorite team and everything, and you feel like they're gonna win. But if you look at their offense, defense, their coaching, and everything, and keep on betting next year, that's not gonna be smart because you're gonna lose all your money and might end up homeless.